Is that more like it? Good feel win to good feel good moment?
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah, great comeback win, and we were down multiple times in the game and just stuck with it and was patient with it and paid off.
You mentioned Zuby this morning, shots
Yeah.
mentality, maybe what you see on that goal and what does he bring to the game again?
Yeah, just poised at the blue line, moving his feet, getting open, and with his head up. So, great shot.
A lot of time on the power play as well tonight. So what do you see from the unit overall?
Yeah, I thought we had a lot of looks, honestly. We were moving the puck well, but, whether we score or not, I think it created a little bit of momentum for us, and that's a positive.
How important is the element of patience when you are chasing the game?
Yeah, it's huge. Even with 8 minutes left, I think it was, to end the game, I think, there wasn't a lot of worry on the bench. There was still a lot of time, and like you said, patience was huge.
How surprised were you to see that shot of yours go in before the end of regulation? It just went through traffic and then it goes past Devin Cool.
Yeah, I was just throwing it there. There was a lot of bodies. Kind of just a simple play, and it paid off. A little lucky bounce.
What do you learn from a game like this, where you're constantly playing from behind?
I think just shows the maturity and growth of our group. I think in the past we might have folded, got down on ourselves, but there's been multiple times this year where we've stuck with and patient, like I've said.
So you mentioned the fact that there wasn't a sense of panic on the bench, so that was still the case after the 3-2 goal. Were you able to take us through what happened on that play? Where you had that turnover in the neutral zone?
Yeah, just a bad play by me. Got to get the puck deep, but obviously pretty frustrated right away. But look at the clock, and like I said, there's lots of time left, and I can't get too down on myself where I take myself out of the game. So just try to stay positive and move the puck north and play simple. And like I said, got the lucky bounce.
How much is that, how much better does that feel for you after you make that play on the third goal for Calgary and then score? How much confidence can you take from that?
Yeah, you don't want to be making that play to get down in the game in the first off, but I just I don't know. I didn't want to get down on myself because like I said, I knew there was a lot of time, and I felt like I could be a little bit of a factor to get us back in the game, and just lucky bounce.
Not getting too down on yourself after that play, is that a mentality switch that you felt you were able to do last year? Is that something that changed? Yeah,
I think so. Stuff I've been reading, the mindset of athletes and whatnot, but I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty pissed off there making that play. It's a bad play, but you gotta turn the page, and the past is the past, and you gotta keep going.
Who have you been reading, or what have you been reading with regards to the mindset of athletes?
Right now, I'm reading I think it's called Open by Andre Agassi, the tennis player. I mentioned it last year too, just a lot of stoicism. That's kind of my big thing.
Spencer back in tonight as well, and you get to spend some time with him on the ice. Maybe what do you see from his game, and what does he bring to your game as well?
Yeah, he's a great player. In the ozone, he keeps pucks alive. He's fast on his feet, and he's really good at moving pucks. So he played great tonight.
Nice way to celebrate a milestone game for you.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Obviously, love the fight back. We give up one there and come back and crash the net and get a dirty one. And would have been nice to obviously end it on that power play in overtime, but glad we got it done in the shootout.
How important was patience to your game here tonight when you are chasing the game?
Yeah, it was a sloppy game. I think a lot of whistles, a lot of penalties, so it's tough to get flow going. I think the last couple of games we got a lot of momentum 5-on-5, I thought, but tonight it was a little different story. But games are going to be like that sometimes, and you just got to stick with it and wait for your chances, and that's what we did tonight.
Felt like you had to kind of grind that one out.
Yeah, like I said, it was a mucky game. We know those guys were hungry for a win, and it was going to be a grind, and that was our mindset. We stuck to it. Frustrating at times, but at the end of the day, we won, so it was great.
How important is your mindset just kind of being even keeled when you go down goals a couple times in the game?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think over the years we got a lot better at that. Over the last week or so, we know we can score goals and come back in the game. So just stuck to the game plan, and when the opportunities were there, we capitalized on them.
What's maybe worked in your own game? You have, I think, 9 points in the last 4 games. What's going on there?
Yeah, I think a lot of credit to the line mates Timmy and Cuzzy. I mean, we're just hounding pucks in the O-zone, hunting down their D, creating turnovers, leading the O-zone time, and making the most out of our rush chances too, I think. So 2 fun guys to play with, and got to keep it going.
Thanks, Drake.
Linus, how would you describe your team's game here tonight?
I came out a little hot last game and saying some things that I might, afterwards regretted. And I got to eat them up today because I felt that we played a mature game today. Really, that's what we did. We were down 3 times in the game, and we came back all 3 times and grabbed the win and shootout. That shows some guts and some maturity right there.
Both Drake and Jake emphasized the word patience in the team's game. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, and I mean we are that good that we can play a patient game, and just waiting to go to attack when we get them and try to make the mistakes. And when we do, we play a really solid game from all the way up to 200 feet, and with the elite skill that some of the guys in our team has as well. We had a lot of opportunities to go out there and score, and I think their goalie played a good game as well and kept them in it in certain times as well. So,
What challenges it pose for a goalie maybe in a game like that where it's a lot of special teams, power play, and you on 4-on-4?
well, making saves is always the main issue. They have a pretty, everybody has their best players playing the power play as well, so you got to be sharp, all of us, but we battle back. They got 2 in early in the first, and we stuck with it. We didn't get rattled. We stayed patient, like we talked about, and kept working for 65 minutes plus shootout.
Mentally, how big is a win like this to know that you can come from behind and still win?
I think that's a question that always pops up, and it's always the same thing. It doesn't matter if it's a come from behind win or if a stay ahead win or whatever it may be. In the end, it's all about getting those 2 points. It doesn't matter how you do it. It's all about getting them.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a grinding game. It was a grinder. 2 teams that weren't giving a lot up. They did a great job of clogging the neutral zone. We came back 3 times. It was nice 2 points.
How would you describe the ebbs and flows of that game? Why was it hard to stay consistent?
Well, I don't know if we weren't consistent. It was just a choppy game. There was a lot of whistles. Seemed like a lot of talking with the refs and both teams, and not a lot of flow to the game. Like I said, both teams were checking pretty well. Not a lot of great chances. It was a grinding game, a gritty game. It wasn't the prettiest game of hockey, but you got to find ways to win those ones.
Is it more satisfying to get 2 points when it's a game like that?
It's satisfying for sure. We tied up in the third, and uncharacteristic of Sandy, he turns over a puck and then he gets the tire, and or at least I think he got credited with it. I'm not sure if he got it or not, but it was just, I like how our team stuck with it, because I know the Flames don't have the best record, but man, they're playing tight. They're not giving you a lot. They should have a better record than what they have, because they're a hard team to play against.
Specifically with Sanderson, what did you make of his poise after that third period mistake?
His poise is good. Sandy's going to make mistakes, and there's no player in the league that doesn't make mistakes. And the one great thing about Sandy is you don't have to even tell him, and he knows right away. He knows when he makes a mistake, and rarely will he make a mistake like that where there's been a lot of talk about it, and I'm just happy that he ended up getting the tying goal. It's funny how really good players in the league find the way to just get the job done, and I know he would have felt terrible if we didn't, because he comes close to playing mistake-free hockey, but that's not possible.
How much growth have you seen in him, as much off the ice as on the ice, in the year that you've been here?
Yeah, a lot, but not surprising. He's an impressive young man. We talked about him this morning, a very driven player, takes his craft very seriously and wants to be the best that he can be.
How would you describe the goal he scored?
To be honest, I haven't had a good look at it yet. I can't describe it, to be honest. I still haven't really seen it that close. I was looking down at the bench to see who I'm going to put out there next.
What's the biggest challenge with a team like Calgary that closed the gap like this in the neutral zone?
Yeah, they're good at clogging that neutral zone up, and you have to play a patient game. If you try to skill your way through them, you're going to turn over the puck. And I think there's a few players that can, but they've almost got a 1-4 going there, and it's hard to get through.
Tim played a season high over 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was almost out there for all of overtime. What was your thought process in his minutes?
I talked to him probably after the 10-minute mark of the game that he's going to have to watch his shift length, because I'd already played him close to 4 or 5. And, it was one of those nights where there was penalties, there was power plays, penalty kill. We were chasing the game a little bit. We were down in the third, so I'm going to play him. And then overtime, with the power play, ended up playing probably, I'm going to say, close to three minutes of the overtime. So he was high tonight for sure, but he's one guy that can, out of anyone on our team, that can play a lot of minutes, just the way he skates. So I don't really worry about that, but that he was creeping into numbers that I don't want him to get to.
And when you told him, I'm going to have to watch your minutes, what was his reaction to that?
He's fine. He understands that. Yeah, I have to remind him periodically.
What's that balance like as a coach? Like, you obviously want to win the game, but also know it's a long season that you don't want a tired guy that's in the end.
Yeah, we've done, I think managing minutes with our centermen, with the 4 centermen, it's been pretty easy to manage minutes. And, I talked about it between both periods, and Ben Sexton kept telling me he's fine, he can handle it. So, there's going to be nights where you're going to play your guys. I don't think we've played him that high for a while. I think he's averaging just over 20. And, I'm fine with him averaging that. But if you do that, then you can have a night where you got to push it. And the overtime played a part of it with the power play, the timeout. So.
How was Jordan Spence today?
He was good. He was fine. Yeah, played well.
Do you think he's shown some good resilience?
The team?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our team's, overall through, 12 games?
Yeah, your first month.
Yeah, we've played pretty well. I'm happy with our game. I think we could easily have a better record. We started to check a lot better the last 6-7 games, whatever it is. Hasn't been perfect, but it's a long season where there's going to be ups and downs, and I think our guys are figuring out how they have to play to have success. But in saying that, you don't get any free passes. Every day it's a test, and the teams that pass the test the most make it at the end.